life is filled with moments that leave us wondering what if. Whether it's a decision we made, an opportunity we passed up, or words we never spoke, regrets can haunt us and cast long shadows over our present. In this video, we explore how to handle regrets in life, transforming them from burdens that weigh us down into lessons that guide us toward a brighter future. Regret is something every person experiences at one time or another. It is the echo of a decision, the reminder of a missed chance, and sometimes, the voice that tells us we could have done more. But regret doesn't have to be a dead end. Instead, it can be the starting point for personal growth, deeper understanding, and better choices. Today, we'll look at the nature of regret, learn how to manage it, and discover strategies for moving forward with hope and purpose. At its core, regret is the feeling of sorrow or disappointment over something in the past that we believe could have turned out differently. It is often classified into two types. Action-based regret: this arises when we lament decisions we actively made. Whether it's a mistake at work, an impulsive action in a relationship, or poor financial choices, these regrets are tied to things we did. While painful, these actions provide us with a clear lesson and an opportunity to adjust our behavior for the future. In action-based regret, this type of regret stems from opportunities we never pursued. Often, inaction leaves us with more lingering questions because we never got to see the outcome. In time, many people find that the weight of an action-based regret can be even heavier than the regret of an actual mistake, as it's built on the endless what-ifs that have no concrete resolution. Regret can be paralyzing. It may lead us to constantly second-guess ourselves, fostering self-doubt and fear of future decisions. For some, regret becomes a self-imposed barrier that prevents them from taking risks or embracing new opportunities. This fear can create a cycle where the dread of making another mistake stops us from even trying, which in turn breeds more regret. Understanding regret is the first step toward breaking this cycle. Rather than letting it immobilize us, we can choose to view regret as a powerful teacher, one that shows us what matters most and directs us toward the changes needed to live a fuller life. No one is perfect. Regret is a natural part of the human experience because we are all constantly making decisions with limited information. Accepting that regret is inevitable frees us from the impossible burden of perfection. By embracing our imperfections, we allow ourselves to learn and grow from every experience, no matter how challenging it might be. This acceptance doesn't mean we ignore the pain of regret; instead, it empowers us to face it head-on. Acknowledge that mistakes are part of the journey. In every regret lies a lesson that, when understood, can lead to personal transformation. One of the most damaging aspects of regret is when we let it define who we are. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking, "I am a failure because of what I did," or "I'm unworthy because I didn't take that chance." However, our regrets are only fragments of our entire life story; they are not the sum total of who we are. It's important to remind yourself that every individual is more than their mistakes. Your regrets are chapters in your life, not the title of your book. By separating your identity from your regrets, you open the door to forgiveness and self-compassion. Recognize that each regret is a moment of learning rather than a permanent label. A common trap many of us fall into is the relentless what-if cycle. What if I had said something different? What if I had taken that job? These questions can spiral out of control, trapping us in an endless loop of hypotheticals. The truth is, no one can truly know how life would have unfolded if we had taken a different path. Instead of fixating on what could have been, try to redirect your focus to what you can control today. Accept that the past is unchangeable and use your energy to shape a better future. When you catch yourself drifting into what-if territory, pause and ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" This reframing shifts the focus from loss to growth. Regret often comes hand in hand with harsh self-criticism. We tend to be our own worst critics, bombarding ourselves with negative thoughts long after the mistake has passed. It's time to change that narrative. Consider how you treat your best friend when they stumble. You offer understanding, forgiveness, and support. Now, extend that same kindness to yourself. Self-compassion means acknowledging your mistakes without letting them overshadow your entire being. It's about understanding that every decision, no matter how flawed, was made in a moment of limited knowledge and human imperfection. By treating yourself with compassion, you create the mental space necessary for healing and growth. Every regret carries with it a hidden lesson, a roadmap for future behavior. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Perhaps a regret over a failed relationship teaches you the importance of open communication. Maybe a missed career opportunity reveals the need for taking calculated risks. Embrace these lessons, and allow them to guide your future choices. This process of reflection is essential. Write down your regrets and the insights you've gained from them. Over time, you'll see a pattern emerge, a clearer picture of what matters most to you and how you can align your actions with your true values. Each lesson learned becomes a building block in the foundation of your better self. Sometimes, regrets are tied to our interactions with others. If your regret involves having hurt someone, consider the possibility of making amends. A sincere apology can be incredibly healing for both parties. It might not erase the past, but it can bring closure and pave the way for forgiveness and understanding. On the other hand, if the regret is about not having expressed appreciation or love, reach out to those who matter. Let them know how you feel. Even if the moment has passed, expressing gratitude or remorse can mend old wounds and prevent similar regrets in the future. One of the most empowering ways to handle regret is to take action. Instead of remaining stuck in a cycle of remorse, let your regrets motivate you to change. If you regret not pursuing a passion, start exploring ways to incorporate it into your life now. If you regret not prioritizing relationships, make a commitment to spend more quality time with loved ones. Every step you take to align your actions with your deepest values chips away at the power of regret. The future is not fixed, it's a canvas waiting for your bold strokes. Use your past as a guide, not a chain, and take proactive measures to create the life you desire. Change your perspective on regret. Instead of viewing it solely as a mark of failure, see it as evidence of a life lived with intention and complexity. Regret is a sign that you care deeply about your choices and their outcomes. It indicates that you are actively engaged in your life, learning from your experiences, and striving to be better. This shift in mindset, from seeing regret as a burden to embracing it as a catalyst for growth, can have a transformative effect on your life. It allows you to release the heavy weight of guilt and instead celebrate the courage it takes to learn, change, and evolve. One of the most effective ways to counterbalance regret is to practice gratitude. While it's important to acknowledge and learn from our regrets, it's equally vital to recognize the positive aspects of our lives. Gratitude helps us see that even in moments of loss, there are lessons and blessings that have shaped us. Take time each day to reflect on what you're thankful for. It might be the support of a friend, the beauty of a sunset, or the lessons learned from a past mistake. By cultivating gratitude, you create a more balanced perspective that helps diminish the sting of regret. Over time, this practice can shift your focus from what you've lost to what you've gained through experience. Ultimately, the goal is to let go of regret and move forward with renewed purpose. Holding on to regret only keeps you anchored to the past, preventing you from fully embracing the present and future. This isn't about forgetting or minimizing your experiences, it's about accepting that the past cannot be changed and that the future holds endless potential. Imagine regret as a heavy backpack that you've been carrying. The longer you hold on to it, the more it slows you down. The act of letting go is freeing. It's an invitation to step lightly into the future, armed with the wisdom of your past experiences but not defined by them. Every regret has a story, a lesson, and ultimately, the power to change you for the better. Life is not about erasing mistakes but about learning how to build something beautiful out of them. When you choose to face your regrets head-on, you take back control. You transform moments of sorrow into stepping stones for a more fulfilling life. So, let today be the day you stop letting regret define you. Embrace your past with kindness, learn from your experiences, and move forward with courage and determination. Remember, your journey is not determined by the mistakes you've made but by the wisdom you've gained and the choices you are yet to make. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of handling regrets in life. I hope you leave with a renewed sense of purpose and the understanding that every moment, regretful or not, is a chance to learn, grow, and shape a future that reflects the best of who you are.